all are doing good. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about introduction to Python programming. And without wasting a single moment, let's start.
Yeah, so let me quickly take you through the slides. So what we're going to cover during our Python sessions is we are going to understand OOPS concept. Then we will work through something on data types and operators. Yeah, throughout these things, right, I will explain you with examples and I will give you practice, I'll give you some problem statements for practice and all. So it will make you understand more deeper and easier. Then we will understand conditional statements, then loops, then Python functions. We have something on file handling and exception handling. So what is Python, guys? Python is an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language. It was developed by Guido van Rossum and was released on 1991 based on BBC comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus. So what we are going to understand is we are going to understand what is interpreted and compiled language. Okay. So compiled languages are something called two steps. It needed two steps to execute the code, whereas interpreted languages needed a single step to execute the code. Then a code is written in a compiled language has to be converted to machine code for execution. Like I've already mentioned, a compiler needs a preprocessor because it works on CPU. So CPU needs it needs preprocessor to convert it to machine readable language, and from there it will give you the output. However, in case of interpreted language, the input it will take, okay, whatever the what we are writing the code, right? First it will start from top to bottom, and in each step it will go through the it will give you the output and it will follow the flow progressively. That is why it is interpreted. The speed of execution is fast in case of compiled language. Here the speed of execution is slow because it is executing on RAM. Here it is executing on CPU. We have few examples of compiled languages which are C, C++, C++, C#. Here we have a few interpreted languages which are JavaScript and Python. We have few more Perl, then Basic. Then it executes. Consider that you are executing a code. Okay. In case of compiler, right? If some error comes, then the whole code it won't work. It will stop then and there. You have to put a debugger point, and from there again you have to start executing the code. However, in case of interpreted language, that is not the case. Interpreter it's a dynamic alert. During runtime it will execute and it will give you the output. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. I think I am not seeing much more differences here, and I have already covered you the points here. Then I have already explained you that this Guido van Rossum, right? He gave the name from his one of the comedy from his favorite comedy series, which is Monty Python's Flying Circus. Sorry. Then Python is one of the most popular and fastest growing programming languages, and it is being used like most of the organizations, YouTube, Google, Dropbox, BitTorrent, Netflix. They are using this Python as their base language. Okay, so that is it is a popular language because of its compactness of use and ease of use, and it is English-like language. That is why it is very famous. Then Python is used by Netflix for recommendation-based search and Google search engine, right? Python is a back language of that. Python is compacted with libraries and frameworks. Like I've already mentioned, Python has thousands and lakhs of libraries, which are being used with various applications, right? Python is a simple syntax. I have already explained you. Python is an English language. Python is a type which is similar to English language. Then Python most recent version where they have added this just-in-time compiler as a latest functionality. This one we have gone through. Then what we have various application domains. Few of them are machine learning, deep learning. Then we have artificial intelligence, then data analysis and visualization, NLP. Then we have something called web scraping, web and desktop applications, data science and statistics, networking and business. So in machine learning and deep learning, they are using something called scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. They are using these libraries. These are the famous libraries, guys. Okay, artificial intelligence, you must have heard about LangChain, right? LangChain is the most used libraries nowadays. Then we have for data analysis and visualization, they are using Matplotlib, PyPlot, Seaborn. Then we have something called, we have Pandas libraries as well. So yeah, again, this is an important key or tool nowadays organizations are using, because they need to know the trend. What is the latest trend? What is the current trend? And based on that, they will take the decision whether they will go ahead with the product or service or not. Natural language processing, they are using Hugging Face, Core NLP, Scikit-learn. So you must have heard about this word again, right? This is again a latest trend word, Hugging Face. Latest library which is the talk of the town. Now we have something called Django framework. You must have heard about. These are used for web and desktop applications. We have NumPy and Pandas. Again, these are very important for mathematical and statistical and probability applications in case of data science. We have something called IoT, Internet of Things, where they are using Ansible and some similar kind of libraries there. What are the benefits of Python? We have the first point here is user friendliness. It is very used to very easy to use, and the language is very similar to English language. That is why it is user friendly. Improved productivity. Why it is improving the productivity? Because of its less and minimalistic amount of code. That is why it improves the productivity. And something I have already explained you about less coding. It needs less coding. It does not need thousands of lines of code to get some output. They have lakhs of libraries. I have already explained you about it. What is dynamically typed, guys? Suppose consider that you have x equal to 10. Okay, take one example. X equal to 10 and x is containing a integer value. Okay, the next, again, I am going to assign it to the string sentence or the sentence or a string value, and I'm trying to print x. What it is going to print, guys? Any guess? Yes, it is going to print the string value, because it is a dynamically typed, or during runtime the execution is happening. That is why it is a dynamically typed. And throughout Python, right, there is no specific line. You have to remember, everything will happen with flow. Every execution will happen with flow. You don't have to remember anything. You just need to practice. And with that, you should be able to understand this language very easily. Compatibility with different languages. Python is very compatible with so many languages. It can be compatible with C, C++. Then we have front end and back end language. We can integrate it with them. Then it has something very powerful data structures. Okay, unlike other languages, right? Here they have list, tuple, dictionary, array. So these are data structures based on because they are using these data structures, and they are applying this different kind of bubble sort, search sort, merge sort, so sorting algorithm and searching algorithm. Backend, you won't be able to see them. On the in the back behind of everything, those things are happening. Okay, so when they have created this Python language, they have compacted all these things inside that, and it is a black box. You can't see any back language of those things, like how it is working. It is an open source, like I've already explained you. Guys, these are the code editors which we are using. Out of that, I will show you each one of them. We have several code editors. One is Jupyter Notebook, then we have Visual Studio Code, then Anaconda, Google Colab. Guys, Google Colab is the easiest one. If you are a starter, you can take this and you can practice a lot in this Google Colab. It has good GPU and all. Then we have several others available, which is Eric Wing, Atom, PyDev, PyCharm. Don't remember other things, just remember PyCharm. If somebody will ask you about this IDE, you can be able to understand, okay, this is something important which I can understand how to work on, like how to work on this IDE. Okay. I will show you each one, guys. Okay, just let me finish this, then we will go to the code part. Okay. Then we have something called Python identifiers and keywords. What are the identifiers and keywords, guys? What is keyword? Keywords are predefined. Okay. These are the predefined words which are decided by the compiler. And when compiler, like during runtime, these compiler will understand, okay, these are the keywords. We have to do something with these keywords. We have to do something, and they will give you the output, or they will execute those lines and it will give you the output. We cannot say keyword is a variable, guys. You cannot, right? You cannot use a keyword as an identifier. That is again one more rule you have to understand. Then Python follows indentation on their syntax. What is indentation, guys? Indentation is nothing but the flow of execution, the flow or the sequence of execution, the way the structure of execution is happening. They are very, they are the big follower of Python, is a big follower of that thing. Okay. Python is a case sensitive language, guys. If you type return with small r and if you type return with capital R, both are different. Okay. And these are few examples of identifiers, guys. I have mentioned here. You can see that exclamatory mark, then at the rate, hash, then this dollar and white spaces are not allowed at all. You cannot use identifier. Identifiers will give you error if you use this. At the rate name, you can see examples. I have started with 12. Again, I've started with the number, right? That is wrong. That will give you error. Final score, here space is there, wrong. Return, this is a keyword, wrong. Hash is there, that is wrong. So these are some valid identifiers you should follow always like this. So let me take you to the code part, guys. Right now, let me explain you what exactly we have discussed right now. Okay, now let me switch back to the code part.
So guys, the first one is Google Colab. So here you should be able to see I have opened a Google Colab and I have started writing my first line of code. Okay. So here I am printing one statement. So if you'll see, right, in our conventional language like C and C sharp and C++. See, in C we are using printf scanf, right? We are taking input, then we are giving the output. We are writing the output. So printf scanf. Then we have in C sharp we have console.read line, console.write line. Similarly, we have C in and C out in C++. But here those three lines or 4 lines of code is not needed. Here you just need to write input. Sorry. So you just need to write print. That's it. Like I have already shown print, and it will do that work. If you want to give in some input, right, like you want to give some input through you want to ask something, right, you can use this. You can just write input, then you can just give x equal to input, then after that print x. So what it is going to do, you can see I have given input. Okay, input, what it is going to do, it is going to take some input, right? We are giving input. See how is it? Input. We are giving input. That means we have to give some input to system. What we will do? This is my first class. That's it. So the first line is my input. The second line is my output. So see how easy it is, right? How Python language is easy, and we will cover everything, guys. Again, I'm telling you, we'll cover everything. Don't forget to subscribe. First thing you can do is subscribe, guys. This is the beginning. Don't miss it. Subscribe so that we will understand, we will study, we will learn, we will do everything together. I will get to learn something from you guys, you can learn something from me, and that's how the things works, right? Yeah. And see, and this is what I have shown you some code. Now let me take you through the ID so that it will be easier for you to use. Okay, so you want to open any notebook, right? You can click on new notebook and drive. Okay, then uh, that's it. And after that I will tell you few more. Okay, you want to save something, right? You can just do save a copy and drive. And for working in Google Colab, guys, you just need a Gmail account. That's it. Gmail account, it will be associated with the drive, and it will be like whatever you are going to save, everything is going to be saved in the drive itself. Okay. So now let me show you. So these are, see, these are the two things you are seeing, right? One is code, one is text. See, I'm highlighting here. So code is nothing but that's a code editor. Here we can write one statement, we can write thousands of statements as well. Okay. So it's similar the way we are writing, but here we have many code editors at the same time. We can give input. Okay. And if there is something called markdown cell, this is one of the if you want to explain, like, see, when we are writing some codes, right, there are many developers who are working. It's not like you are the one who is working. So once you wanted to give some instructions to other developers, you can insert markdown cell here. This is how you can insert. So we have 6 different formats of types of font which we can show here. The first one is, this is heading 1. Okay, then this is the second type. Okay, heading 2. This is the heading 3. This is heading 4. This is heading 5. This is heading 6. So like that, you can see we are getting some six different type of headings. So if you want to write something, you can write like this. Okay. Then we have something called single line comment. This is the single line comment. This is how you will write single line comment. If you want to insert, yeah. So this is how you can write double line comment. This is double line comment. This is Python introduction. This is how you can write double line comment. Now let me show you some identifiers. Identifiers, and let me show you some keywords. Okay. Now let me give you some examples of identifiers. I'm going to write something x equal to 10. See, remember the first example I have shown, right? It's equal to, this is my first, this is my first Python code. Now let me print x and see what it is giving me the output. See, I told you, right? So this is nothing but a dynamically typed language, right? I have shown you one example there. So anything else? Yeah. So this is our Google Colab. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is Anaconda. So Anaconda, it's nothing but you need to go here. You can write Anaconda download something, and it will give you the file to download. You can just provide your or you can just click on free download. It will download one Anaconda IDE for you. So you, after downloading that, you will get something like this, where you can give, the second it is opening, yeah, where you can give something like Jupyter Lab. So once you open Jupyter Lab, right, yeah, I'll tell you. And guys, there is something important which I wanted to explain you. We have something called pip. Okay, pip is nothing but Python installation package. So pip, what pip is doing, it will help you install all its libraries. Pip install numpy. Why it is giving error, guys? Because it is already there in the package, that's why. Okay? But that's how you can install. Okay, no problem with that. Here again I have shown you few examples. See, this is what our indentation is, right? See, I have written one small piece of code. If true, print I am at Python class. So let me run it. So you can see I'm getting the output. At the same time, if I'll click on this, right? See, I'm getting an exception called indentation error exception, right? So exception arises whenever the it fails to follow the indentation, you will get exceptions. So that is what, let me show you here how to. So guys, here you can see we have something called code markdown. The similar thing, right? Here code and markdown. Code text is there, and here is the similar code and markdown. Markdown, you can, whenever writing code, you can just select markdown and you can write something like this. This is my Python
it has taken. Let me change it to markdown. Yeah, this is my Python, right? So you can see my text. It has formed a sentence over there with the text format, right? Yeah. So that's it, guys. I think I have explained. Guys, Visual Studio Code I don't have right now, but it is easy to use. You can just follow some steps over there. But yeah, I mean, if you have some, if you have Visual Studio Code already, I will show you how to open it. But yeah, these things are easy to use as a starter. You can use Google Colab, and you can just save everything in Drive, and you can reuse it. Okay, so uh, you can see, guys, it will save with IPYNB. So NB is nothing but notebook, and IPY is nothing but Python extension. Okay, so this is how our Python introduction ends. So guys, that's it from my side, and we will cover OOPS concept from next class onwards or next session onwards. Yeah, so that's it from my side again, and hope you all are doing good. Keep well, do well, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Subscribe, guys, subscribe, and don't forget. Okay, yeah, see you again. Bye bye.